I get a lot of questions about marketing. From people who want to build a career in marketing, you're usually asking me, what skills do I need to succeed as a marketer? If I want to break into digital marketing or growth marketing, what do I need to learn? From founders, you usually come to me asking questions like, oh, how should I build my growth team? What skills should I look out for? Who should I hire first? Who should I hire second? What tools do we need to succeed as a growth-led organization? So in this video and the next video, it's going to be a two-part series. I'm going to talk about the skills that you need to succeed as a growth marketer, the way you need to structure your growth team, the first few hires you need to make when hiring a growth team, especially for a B2C company. And we make another video, not the second part series, but another video for a B2B company. So, and I will also talk about the growth stack. So if you are working in or want to work in a consumer-focused company for a consumer-focused product, for a B2C product, this video will teach you about the skills that you need to succeed as a marketer. It will also teach about, and the skills you should look for in a growth marketer. It would also teach you about the skills that you need to hire for, the roles that you need to hire for when building a growth organization from scratch, especially for an early stage startup. And for the growth team, it will teach you about the different tools that you need, the growth marketing stack that you need to have, right? So make sure you watch this video and watch the next video, and look out for the B2B focused video around tools and skills and the team for a B2B organization. So let's get right into the first one. Working as a B2C marketer or building a growth team for a B2C product, the skills you need and the team you need to build. Hey folks, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Itimi. I'm a multifaceted creator, a marketing professional, and a teacher, and I'm passionate about growing people and growing businesses. See, the goal is that anybody who comes across me or any piece of my content is inspired and or motivated to get better in your business, in your career, and in your life. As you watch this video, like and comment and share to your friends and family if you like it. Please subscribe to my channel. Enjoy this video, and I'll see you. Peace. I think that the best growth marketers, right, are generalists. I think that when building a growth organization, it's very important to have both generalists and specialists in your team. So if you're looking to have a career in marketing, you can think into two different ways. You can think, oh, I want to be a specialist and be an expert in one channel. I want to be a PPC specialist. I want to be an SEO specialist. I want to be a content marketer. I want to be a brand consultant. I want to be into communications and PR. There are lots of specific channels under the umbrella of marketing that you can become really great at, right? You won't even be a growth analyst, focus on the data part of marketing, or marketing analytics, marketing analyst. Those are different specialties that you can grow. However, if you're looking to be a growth marketer or a digital marketer, if you're looking to hold roles with the job title of growth marketer, growth marketing manager, digital marketing manager, then I think that you need to be a generalist. It's very important to understand that, for specific roles, specialists apply for those, but as a generalist, then you can actually hold generalist titles. And the great thing about being a generalist is that you can then, at some point in your career, even hold like a specialist role, right? If I wanted to be a head of performance marketing or performance marketing lead, or just do performance marketing, I could do that because I have the skills to do that. If I want to be a content person, I could do that. I won't do that because I hate it, but I could actually do that because I also understand and I also have the skill, right? So being a generalist is great. Now let's talk more specifically about being a good marketer, having the title of a good marketer. How should you build? I first of all said that you should look towards building a generalist skill set, right? So think about all the different areas of marketing and learn as much as you can. Get the foundations of all of them. You need to understand all of the different channels to be able to build like really good overarching strategies, to be able to think holistically and see how each of these things will actually connect, and have a large array of skills and channels that you understand to be able to run a lot of experiments. Growth marketing is experimenting and finding the best channel, the best strategy to grow a product. You are just responsible for growth, which means you have to do anything possible to make sure that the product or the company grows, which makes sense for you to know a lot about it. So I think that a perfect persona, a perfect skill set for a growth marketer, a growth person, or a growth lead specifically, is someone who is a generalist marketer with an interest and a good knowledge of a base knowledge of product and data, right? So killer skill for a growth marketer, especially someone who wants to be a growth leader and even be like a growth leader, is someone who is a generalist marketer, right? Understands the different channels, but also has at least a fundamental knowledge of, or at the very least, an interest in data and product. And the reason is because when you do growth, it's not just about marketing, right? Growth is marketing, growth is product, which means that you're going to collaborate very effectively and learn to speak the language of a product manager. You should be able to influence the product roadmap, have conversations about the roadmap features with the product manager, be in help to scope product experiments, growth-led product experiments with the product manager. You should be able to sit in user interviews and get qualitative and quantitative feedback from users as well. So it's very important that you understand that, otherwise you won't be able to do growth-led experiment, growth-led product experiment, right? You only be able to do marketing, and then you cannot be a digital marketer or marketing manager. Another thing that you need to have an interest of is data, because again, right, there's no true growth, there's no true sustainable growth if there's no data to back it up. You need to have data to back up the experiments you want to run. When you run experiments and you run marketing strategies, you need to be able to track those things and see how they affect, that they influence your metrics. You need to be able to understand how users are using your product, not just from speaking to them during interviews, but actually also looking at building cohorts based on specific user segments, and understanding how this person came, or how this cohort of users came, and what ended up being their behavior, what is driving action, what is driving stickiness, what's driving retention, what's driving repeated usage, what's driving churn as well. You need to be able to understand data. And it's great to have an analyst in the team who can write SQL and build dashboards. But even if you don't have a data analyst in the team who can do like hard crunching of like back-end data, you still should be able to use effectively good marketing analytics tool like Mixpanel, Amplitude, Google Analytics, Kissmetrics, or Address and AppsFlyer, just to get really good data that you need to be able to, influence the strategies and experiments that you run. So that's the first one, right? And if you want to be a growth marketer, you want to be a growth lead, you want to lead a growth organization, it's important that you go towards building the generalist marketing skill set, right? Understand the different marketing channels and have a base understanding, have a good understanding of analytics, and have some interest at least in product. If you're also looking to hire your first growth hire who's going to be like a go-to-marketing manager, a go-to manager, then look out for generalists who understand, again, almost everything about marketing and understand analytics, are interested in analytics, do not run away from data, and also can have really good conversations and see how they can also influence the product as well, right? But then again, remember, like, being a generalist is not the only way to grow and the only way to build a career, because, and listen, you can have a very successful marketing career as a specialist, right? You can become a head of performance marketing, a head of content, a head of SEO, any of those roles. You can hold PPC roles, as content roles, social media roles, community manager roles. There's a lot of room, right? You just may not be the first hire, but you could be the second hire. And I'll talk about that now, talking about the way to build a growth organization, like building a team of growth, or a growth team. What should that look like? Thank you for asking. Now, again, and this is based on my own personal experience and my own knowledge, I think that if you have a lot of money, you can just hire like 7 people at a go, and just like a lot of specialists with one generalist leading the team as a team manager, and just hire for all the channels you want to experiment with. However, what makes more sense is to start little by little, understanding your strategy, understanding the channels are already working for you, and they hire people to scale those channels. So you want to start lean. I think that when you're especially for startups, that your first hire should be a generalist hire. I think your first hire should be the growth marketer or the growth lead, and should be someone who has, again, an understanding of everything, right? Knowledge of generalist marketing, knowledge of product, or interest in product based on knowledge of data. Right? So yes, that's the first one, right? Hire a growth marketing manager, or hire a marketing manager, or hire a digital marketing manager, whatever generalist title you want to give them. Just make sure that this person really understands how everything connects and can sort of like chart the path and lead the overarching strategy, and everybody kind of like support and integrate or feed into what the person is working on. I think that another very interesting role that you should hire for should be a performance marketing person, especially if you have a marketing budget. And we're talking B2C, so yes, for B2B it would be like maybe a demand generator marketer. Demand generation marketer. For B2B, go after a PPC marketer. Same skill, just different titles. Again, but we'll talk about B2B in B2B video. But yeah, so hire a PPC person, right, to scale your paid marketing, or hire a paid marketing specialist. So it's not just someone who only knows PPC, but somebody who can lead your paid marketing organization, who can manage influencers, who can run ads by themselves, who can build an affiliate marketing program, anything that has to do with paid marketing, they can handle that channel, right? So it could be influencers, it could be student ambassadors, it could be space sponsorship of events, it could be affiliate marketing, it could be running ads, it could be doing programmatic ads as well. Even if you have to hire a marketing agency to scale your performance marketing, it's always great to have someone in-house to manage the whole process so that agencies don't bullshit you and the person can really track and set the precedent for everything that the agency needs to do. So I think that hiring a paid marketing person, a paid marketing manager, is a great next hire after a generalist, especially if you have the budget. If you don't have the budget, then you can focus on the second. Now the other hire one, typically if you have a budget, I'll hire two at the same time, right? Not necessarily one after the other. After the generalist, you have a paid marketing person, then you have like an organic marketing person, right? And typically I would hire a content marketing manager as the beginning of the organic marketing engine, right? A content marketer who is really great at writing, because again, I'm a big believer in SEO, but also someone who can manage your social media. Again, we're talking about a lean organization. When you start growing and have a budget, you hire a social media person separate from a content marketing manager. Maybe even have a community manager separately. But at the beginning, right, a startup, so we won't think about hire a content person who can do multiple things around organic content, who can manage your social media, who can help you chart your brand voice, who can write articles, who can write newsletters, who can write the email copies that you actually want to do, right? So a content marketing person is really great. And as you begin to grow the team further, a data analyst is a great person to have, or a growth analyst, somebody who their job is to just think about marketing analytics, to build dashboards on Power BI or Amplitude and just crunch data and just be able to then give insights to the content person, to the paid market person, to the growth marketer on each of their channels and be able to say, okay, this is what I'm thinking about and this is where I think we should go to based on data. Just somebody to really crunch data, someone who can actually write SQL, for instance, and being able to build customized dashboards based on like what your back end server data actually has. So an analyst is also great. It's never too early to have an analyst. You don't need to have 1 million users before you think, oh my god, it's time for us to start crunching that data set. You can have someone who's there to just help you guys build the data analytics. Something else that I think is great is also like a CRM person, right? Especially for again, we're talking B2C, a CRM person is really great. Somebody whose job is not writing, who's not building a content engine and focusing on SEO or focusing on media content or social media content, whose job is to actually help people move from one step of the funnel to another step of the funnel. Somebody who can help with, how do we use emails? How do we use push notifications? How do we run experiments around our timing, our frequency of emails and push notifications, and all the other in-app banners and all the other channels internally that we have to be able to communicate with your consumer? Somebody who can think about, what should be the onboarding process, right? What should be the product walkthrough process for somebody from between sign up and when they do their KYC, between when they do their KYC and when they do their transfer, when they do their trust transfer, when they do their tense transfer. What do we do to make sure that these people actually, the retained users actually refer other people? There's someone who can help you manage and engage with the current users that you have, right? You don't want to just be thinking about, new users, but what do you do about the current users that you have, right? You need someone to be able to manage that process, and a CRM person is really great. So I've talked about a generalist growth person, we've talked about a paid marketing specialist to hire a paid organization, we've talked about a content person who can also have the role of just organic marketing person. It can be a content management manager that you call them, it could have an organic marketing manager that you call them, but their job is to build organic content loops. What's our content strategy? Is it video? Is it audio? Is it text? Is it a mix of both? And what keywords should we try to rank for? What kind of content should we try to rank? Should we try to create that resonates with the audience? How do we integrate that into social media? How does social media help us actually acquire users as well? Do we want to do spaces? Do we want to do webinars? Do we want to do Instagram lives? Do we want to do YouTube lives? Do we want to, what channel, what do we want to do about our content, right? Somebody should be able to manage that. They want to have a CRM person that just helps you actually engage with users and run targeted campaigns to your existing users to move them from one step to another step, from their first action to their second action, from their second action to their 10th action, from just signing up to your newsletter to actually getting them to actually sign up for the product itself. You need a CRM person, right? And then you need a data analyst. I think that's a core even department in a growth team, right? Or in a marketing team. And then as you begin to grow, you begin to know whether you need more people on that content. Do you want to hire social media differently? Do you want to hire a content writer separately? Do you want to build an in-house media studio and hire video editors? Like that could be somewhere that you go. Do you want to hire a technical SEO specialist separately? On that performance marketing, do you want to hire specific channel experts? One person for Facebook, another person for Google ads, another person for TikTok ads, another person for search, another person for display, right? Another person to manage affiliate marketing, another person to manage influencers and those kind of campaigns. That's another way that you can grow that team as well. On that CRM, what kind of people do you want to have? Do you want to have CRM for web? Do you want to have CRM for mobile? Do you want to have CRM for activation? CRM for retention, right? CRM for sign up and acquisition. You can have your CRM team across different stages. And so, okay, activation team, your entire work is to just keep increasing the amount of the percentage of activation that we have. Retention team, your entire work is to use lifecycle or marketing. Make sure that you get everybody right to get to the point where we know that they're retained and they're lifetime user, right? That's another way to be the CRM team as a lifecycle marketing team. Under the growth marketing team, the growth marketer, you can have all of these teams. You can have a marketing manager for different countries, for instance. You can have growth person for different countries. You can have growth market for different products if your company is expanding products as well. You can have data analysts. You can have data analysts for different products as well, or different markets, right? Those are different ways you can begin to build an. But when you have this core, I think 5, growth, CRM, data, content, PPC, it's enough to build a 200-man marketing team, depending on how the company actually goes, how the product actually expands. But it helps you make sure that as you grow, you have people who are dedicated and skills who are dedicated for each part of the funnel, each channel possible, to be able to scale up, to be able to build up, to be able to experiment and do as much as you can, etc., etc., etc. Now, it's very important to build your team according to need. I don't believe in just hiring, right? Hire based on, oh, now we just started, maybe we need one person first, and in a few months I will see, oh, I don't have the capacity to do this. Then you start expanding. There's no need to hire 10 people at the same time. No matter how much money you really have, right? Build your team based on need and based on the channels that you think are doing better, and you just want to be able to scale them with more manpower. Now that we've talked about team, in the next video, I'm going to talk about a good marketing tool stack, right? So we already know the skills that the generalist marketer need to have. We know how the different teams or department that a good team can have. But then what tools do each of these people use? As a growth lead or a head of growth, how do I build our tool stack? As the co-founder, as the founder of a company, how do I, build my tool stack? How do I approve the tools that good marketers want? I'm going to call a lot of tools. Some of them will be comparisons. Other ones I will just show you the ones I've used and can go figure them out. And maybe we'll have another video to actually do in-depth comparison. But anyway, watch out for the next video where I talk about a killer growth marketing tool stack. Did you enjoy this video? Tell me in the comment section. Share to all your marketing communities, all your founder friends. Give me some feedback, and also don't leave this channel without subscribing. I'll see you in part 2 as usual.